case anybody. Good afternoon. Oh, thank you all for coming out today. I want to begin with a land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that our First U campus is located on traditional, unsurrendered, and unceded Algonquin Anishinaabe territory, and that the work of reconciliation is a responsibility of our congregation and of all Canadians. In particular, we want to draw attention to the fact that tomorrow, May 5th, is the National Day of Awareness for Missing, Murdered, and Indigenous Women and Girls and Gender-Diverse People. According to Statistics Canada, Indigenous women and girls are 6 times more likely to be murdered compared to other groups of people in Canada, and are 3 times more likely to experience sexual violence compared to non-Indigenous women. The effects of such high rates of violence are magnified by other systemic inequities Indigenous people face in the healthcare system and justice systems, especially in a time when many provincial governments are rolling back protections for gender-diverse people. We pledge to continue to work within ourselves and our communities and our institutions to dismantle the systemic violence that occurs at the intersection of racism, colonization, misogyny, and homophobia. I'd like... There's a happy child there. Welcome this afternoon. I'm going to invite the choir to start joining us here on the stage. While I welcome you, the music that we will be sharing today we have a very excited audience member today. It always makes me happy because, you know. So the music we're going to be sharing with you today celebrates our 8 Unitarian Universalist principles this morning. Interestingly, perhaps, I don't know if Deirdre remembers this, she's back here somewhere, but 5 years ago today, we were actually supposed to give a concert called our 7 principles, because it was 7 at the time, in, I think, April of 2020. And that concert never happened, for obvious reasons, perhaps. But I like to think that today is kind of maybe its spiritual successor, in a sense. We begin with music that celebrates our first principle, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. And I have a reading from Reverend Dr. Rebecca Ann Parker. Reverence and respect for human nature is at the core of Unitarian Universalist faith. We believe that all the dimensions of our being carry the potential to do good. We celebrate the gifts of being human, our intelligence, our capacity for observation and reason, our senses and ability to appreciate beauty, our creativity, our feelings and emotions. We cherish our bodies as well as our souls. We can use our gifts to offer love, to work for justice, to heal injury, and to create pleasure for ourselves and others. Just to be is a blessing. Just to live is holy, the great 20th century Rabbi Abraham Heschel wrote. Unitarian Universalists affirm the inherent worth and dignity of each person as a given of faith, an unshakable conviction calling us to self-respect and respect for others.
Sometimes I'm right, and I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my songs. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, such a rich one will not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. And Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, ooh, sha-sha. We got to live to sha-sha. There is a yellow one that won't accept the black one, that won't accept the red one, that won't accept the white one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. And Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, ooh, sha-sha. And everyday people, and everyday people, sing everybody, and everyday people.
Our next piece is sung by Three Rivers today with Deirdre Kellerman on piano, as she was for the last piece. This song we're singing today because it's a piece that I love very much, and it was sung recently at the presidential inauguration in the States. Yeah. So, I was disturbed by this, and I knew I knew the composers could not have wanted this, so I went to try to check out what they were saying. It's by the Waylon Jennys, a great group, and they had the following to say about this piece being sung. In response to the many fans who have inquired, we did not authorize the use of this song for this event and would not have under any circumstance. We are in the process of investigating how this happened. One Voice is a peace anthem for the unity and harmony of every human on this planet. We support the sanctity of all human beings, regardless of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender, age, income, ability. As part of this, we strongly oppose the persecution of vulnerable communities and will continue to advocate for them. There is no peace without justice. We will always stand for the dignity and safety of every human being and liberation for all. So I thought that this would be a lovely time to sort of reclaim this song and sing it in the spirit that it was written and the spirit that it was intended today.
This is the sound of one voice, one spirit.
The second principle, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. This is from a reading by the Reverend Emily Gage from Unity Temple in Chicago, Illinois. Justice, equity, and compassion in human relations points us towards something beyond inherent worth and dignity. It points us to the larger community. It gets at collective responsibility. It reminds us that treating people as human beings is not simply something we do one-on-one, but something that has systemic implications and can inform our entire cultural way of being. Compassion is something that we can easily act on individually. We can demonstrate openness, give people respect, and treat people with kindness, and do it on our own. But we need one another to achieve equity and justice. Justice, equity, and compassion are all part of the same package. And just as the second principle overlaps with the first, so it is related to the seventh principle, the interdependent web of all existence.
While Chalice makes their way up to the stage, I want to tell you a little bit about our next piece, I Choose Love by Mark Miller. It was written in response to the racist anti-Black shooting in Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston, South Carolina in 2015. The AME Church has a rich history of advocating for Black equality in the United States, from Black Lives Matter to the civil rights movement, to abolition of slavery. The shooting in 2015 was not the first incidence of violence against the church in Charleston. In 1822, it was actually destroyed by a mob of angry white people after one of its founders was discovered masterminding a rebellion against local slave owners. Due to this fear of violence, worshipers were forced to meet in secret for decades, but when they reemerged from hiding more than 40 years later, that church had 3,000 members. The AME Church has a rich history of advocating for justice and against racial discrimination, but they're known also, this particular church, for the love and compassion that they showed in the face of such great tragedy. And so Mark Miller, also an African-American Methodist, wrote this powerful song to honor them. We have a solo by Bob Armstrong today.
In the midst of pain, I choose love. In the midst of pain, I choose love. In the midst of pain, sorrow falling down like rain, I await the sun again. I choose love. I choose love. In the midst of war, I choose peace. In the midst of war, I choose peace. In the midst of war, hate and anger keeping score, I will seek the good once more. I choose peace. I choose peace. When my world falls down, I will rise. When my world falls down, I will rise. When my world falls down, explanations can't be found, I will climb to holy ground. I will rise. I will rise. In the midst of pain, I choose love. In the midst of pain, I choose love. In the midst of pain, sorrow falling down like rain, I await the sun again. I choose love. I choose love.
Our third principle, acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations. And this is a reading from Reverend Rob Hardy's from All Souls Church Unitarian in Washington, D.C. Spiritual growth isn't about a vertical ascent to heaven, but about growth in every dimension at once. It's spirituality in 3D. Growth in spirit doesn't measure one's proximity to a God above, but rather the spaciousness of one's own soul, its volume, its capacity, its size. We need souls that can take in the world in all its complexity and diversity, yet still maintain our integrity. And we need souls that can love and be in relationship with all this complexity. Instead of fight or flight, we need a spiritual posture of embrace.
This song was supposed to have a solo by Saley Bishop Legowski, but she is sick today, so I think I'm just going to sing it facing the choir. So if you see that she's not here, but there's still a solo coming, you can just pretend it's her floating in from somewhere.
Do not leave your cares at the door. Do not leave them there when you come into this place. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in. You are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. Oh, bring your pain and sorrow and joy. There's a place for them upon the altar of life. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. This is a place of grace, a place of losing and finding your way upon the winding road. Meeting and parting, stumbling and starting over. Every story So come on in and do not leave your cares at the door. Do not leave them there when you come into this place. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome in. And do not leave your cares at the door.
And this next piece, we actually sing at the end of every Chalice rehearsal to kind of remind ourselves to go out into the world with music making, inspiring us and connecting us and being a part of our daily lives. So this is a little bit of our tradition for you.
We gather here together with joyful heart and mind. We raise our voices ever, our distant souls to wind. To
Our fourth principle, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. This reading is by Reverend Paige Getty of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia. As responsible religious seekers, we recognize that we are privileged to be free, to have resources to pursue life beyond mere survival, to continually search for truth and meaning, to exist beyond bonds of dogma and oppression, and to wrestle freely with truth and meaning as they evolve. This privilege calls us not to be isolated and self-centered, believing that our single perspective triumphs all others, but rather to be humble, to be open to the great mysteries of truth and meaning that life offers. And those mysteries may speak to us through our own intuition and experience, but also through tradition, community, conflict, nature, and relationships. As a faith tradition, Unitarian Universalism makes sacred the right and responsibility to engage in this free and responsible quest as an act of religious devotion. Institutionally, we have left open the questions of what truth and meaning are, acknowledging that mindful people will, in every age, discover new insights.
I went to my river, but my river was dry. The dust rose up to a darkened sky. Tell me, where is hope? Where do the waters run clear? I do not know my way from here. Come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down on that water flow. When you stand in that river, angels sing in your head, secrets beyond every worry, dreams beyond every dread. Tell me, sister, brother, where does that river flow? It flows down to the great water, where soon my people will go. Come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down on that water flow. When you stand in that river, angels sing in your head, secrets beyond every worry, dreams beyond every dread. Tell me, sister, tell me, brother, where does that river flow? It flows down to the great water, where soon my people will go. Oh, time passes on down
I'm going to go back and join Callie Alders, who we have on the piano for Fusion and Chalice tonight, for this four-hand piano piece, which is about finding meaning and love and joy in music, as so many of us do.
When I started down the street last Sunday, feeling mighty low and kind of mean, suddenly a voice said, "Go forth, neighbor,
Our fifth principle is the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large. In our religious lives, the democratic process requires trust in the development of each individual conscience, a belief that such development is possible for each of us, as well as a commitment to cultivate our own conscience. We could call it a commitment to the value of each person. In the words of Theodore Parker, democracy means not, I am as good as you are, but you are as good as I am. My connection with the sacred is only as precious as my willingness to acknowledge the same connection in others.
Participation is gonna save the human race. Save us, save us. Participation is gonna save the human race. Save us, save us. Participation is gonna save the human race. Save us, save us. Participation is gonna save the human race. Gonna save us, save us. Participation is gonna save the human race. Save us, save us. Participation is gonna save the human race. Gonna save us, save us. Participation is gonna save the human race. And save us, save us. Participation is gonna save the human race. Gonna save us, save us. When we get involved, it's gonna save us, save us. We can stay involved, stay involved. Participation is gonna save the human race. Take heart, take heart, take heart, take heart, take heart, take heart,
Our next piece, Song of Life, is by Sandy Schofield, a Métis composer of Cree and Saulteaux nations, and uses vocables, non-lexical syllables, which have no specific meaning. Oh yeah, we're reorganizing back here. This is a song of joy and celebration. And for me, its inclusion in this category, in the democratic process category, is because in Western classical music, the sort of music I was steeped in from birth and have 2 degrees in, is deeply hierarchical. Music is written down, it's passed down only to those who have the knowledge and the education to read it and be able to reproduce it. Composers are sort of sacrosanct. We might sometimes change the words or things, but we don't drift too far from the page. We replicate the scores closely. And we sing with one person, the conductor, directing you and telling you what to do. But in many cultures, and especially many indigenous cultures, music is passed down orally by hearing and learning and replicating it. In this way, it isn't set in stone necessarily. It might evolve or change as it's passed from person to person. People have a lot of input into how the music is shaped. And while there might still be a soloist or call and response singing like we have today, there is no conductor generally. So in this way, a lot of our non-Western, and particularly indigenous types of music making are more communal, with more collective responsibility, which is something I think is very beautiful.
This is the sixth principle, the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. The sixth principle seems extravagant in its hopefulness and improbable in its prospects. Can we continue to say that we want world community, peace, liberty, and justice for all? The world is full of genocide, abuse, terror, war, and conflict. What have we gotten ourselves into? Asked Reverend Sean Parker Dennison of the Tree of Life congregation in Illinois. Reverend Dennison goes on to say, as naive or impossible as the sixth principle may seem, I'm not willing to give up on it in the face of our culture's apathy and fear. I want to imagine and help create a powerful vision of peace by peaceful means, liberty by liberatory means, justice by just means. I want us to believe and to live as if we believe that a world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all is possible. There is no guarantee that we will ever succeed, but I can assure you that we will improve ourselves and improve the world by trying.
We are met together, and in meeting we are blessed. Peace in coming and in going,
as Chalice rejoins us on stage here, our next piece is Verleih uns Frieden. It is a text, a translation by Martin Luther of the old medieval antiphon, Da Pacem Domine, grant us peace, Lord. First published in 1527. The translation, the original words are older than that, of course. Today's setting by Mendelssohn repeats the text 3 times, each time with the music growing in complexity and harmony. But it's a very popular text to be set. And I did want to mention today that there is a second verse that was set by Bach, actually, or a second addition to it, which I found particularly good for the times. So I'll mention these words as well. The translation to the second verse is, grant to our princes and those in authority peace and good government, so that we under them may lead a calm and peaceful life in all godliness and respectability. So words, I think, that are still resonate today.
The seventh principle, respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. These words are from Reverend Forrest Gilmore, Executive Director of Shalom Community Center, Bloomington, Illinois, or Indiana. Our seventh principle, respect for the interdependent web of all existence, is a glorious statement. Yet we make a profound mistake when we limit it to merely an environmental idea. It is so much more. It is our response to the great dangers of both individualism and oppression. It is our solution to the seeming conflict between the individual and the group. Our seventh principle may be our Unitarian Universalist way of coming to fully embrace something greater than ourselves. The interdependent web, expressed as the spirit of life, the ground of all, the oneness of existence, the community-forming power, the process of life, the creative force, even God, can help us develop that social understanding of ourselves that we and our culture so desperately need. It is a source of meaning to which we can dedicate our lives.
Paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paid paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo-bop-bop-bop, shoo-bop-bop. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum, and they charged the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paid paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo-bop-bop-bop, shoo-bop-bop. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave me the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo-bop-bop-bop. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo-bop-bop-bop. Shoo-bop-bop. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam, and the big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They gave paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo-bop-bop-bop. They gave paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo-bop-bop-bop. They gave paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo-bop-bop-bop. Shoo-bop-bop. Shoo-bop, shoo-bop.
You can interpret our next piece, Earth Song, in many different ways, as the composer, Frank Ticelli, says. He says, it means different things to different people. I know for me it sprang out of an intense weariness of war and a wish for peace. The second half of the poem talks about music as a comforting force and a refuge. When I was bullied as a kid, music was my refuge. I often thought about bullies in relation to this piece as well, because that's where violence starts. But music is a place people can find acceptance and love. And it's not just choir, band, orchestra, anytime people come together to make music. For me, I think the text speaks to the damage that is done when the seventh principle is not observed by humans, when we damage or disrespect the earth, the planet, or each other, when we lack compassion and connectedness with humanity. As the text later says, the scorched earth cries out in vain.
Our eighth principle, individual and communal action that accountably dismantles racism and other oppressions in ourselves and our institutions. This is part of a statement from a November 2021 statement by the CUC Board and Dismantling Racism Study Group. We will hold each other accountable without shaming, blaming, or ostracizing. We affirm that we will uphold the dignity and worth of everyone in the process of dismantling racism. This does not mean that individuals will always be comfortable. Human community is often messy, and moving through discomfort may be an essential ingredient in moving forward together. It does mean, however, that each of us will be held by the community, given the opportunity to be heard and offered compassion and understanding when we fall short of upholding our values. The next song that Fusion will sing is called Spiritual, and you will hear references to various places and times. The first is Soweto, and this refers to a pivotal moment in the fight to end apartheid in South Africa, when students in the black township of that name peacefully protested against the enforced teaching of Afrikaans, the language of the oppressor, in their schools. This student uprising spread throughout the country and was met with fierce police brutality. It began the final phase of opposition to apartheid, which eventually led to the release of Nelson Mandela in 1991 and the birth of a new South Africa 3 years later. The next reference is Stonewall, and this refers to the series of spontaneous riots and demonstrations against police raid on the LGBT community in June 1969 at the Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village, New York. As the riots progressed, an international gay rights movement was born. The next reference is Birmingham, and this refers to the Birmingham riot of 1963 in Alabama. It was provoked by a night of bombings, probably led by the Ku Klux Klan, that targeted African American leaders, including Martin Luther King. In response, local African Americans burnt businesses and fought police in the downtown. Frustration with police complicity and the slowness of King's nonviolent strategy led to escalating violence, and federal troops intervened for the first time during a largely African American riot. This pivotal event led to President Kennedy's civil rights proposal and ultimately the 1964 Civil Rights Act. The final reference, Los Angeles, refers to the Watts and Los Angeles riots that took place in that city in August 1965 and April and May 1992. The 1965 riots were motivated by anger at the racist and abusive practices of the Los Angeles Police Department and grievances over employment discrimination, residential segregation, and poverty. 27 years later, the riots began after a jury acquitted LAPD officers charged with excessive force in the arrest and beating of Rodney King, a videotape of which was broadcast widely throughout the world.
Our next piece is by a young Innu composer, Alex Volant. And in this piece, they speak about their family members who were in residential schools and the hope that they hold for reconciliation and for a brighter future for their people. And we will have, okay, good. We'll have Doug McDonald out here solo, and we also will have Mariella. I'll stop blocking you in a second, yeah. And Mariella Kiblusek on drum as well. We have one final mass choir piece for you tonight, so while everyone is getting themselves arranged, I want to take a moment to thank you so much for coming out today and for supporting our choral program here at First U. We really appreciate it. It's been so wonderful to do all of this excellent music over the course of this term, and it's a great joy for me personally. Our final piece, We Shall Overcome, of course, very well known. It's in our hymnal. It's in many places. It's been associated with countless protest movements in countless places, including the civil rights movement in the States, anti-apartheid movement in South Africa, where it was banned at one point, and sung in the Soweto uprising. And it's being sung now in the States. So it's a powerful anthem that really summarizes the things we're here to sing about today. We have 3 soloists for this last one, so when it's your time, just a reminder to come, don't be shy, come out and say. Thank you all so much. Please enjoy this lovely summery afternoon. We had our reception before, so we can't invite you to our reception afterwards, but hopefully you had some things before, and thank you again so much for spending this time with us. We so appreciate it. Have a lovely afternoon and evening. Whoops, sorry. Oh, okay.
And I would like to propose one more round for Jen, who's worked so hard, even today. She's done a wonderful job. Thank you.